children, how are you all? Welcome back to my class. In the previous class, we have studied about what is heat, what is temperature, and the types of thermometer. Yes, do you remember? Okay, so in today's class, we are going to deal with some certain points. The first one is transfer of heat. The transfer of heat can take place in three ways, that is conduction, convection, and radiation. Okay, next one is a sea breeze and land breeze. Next, kind of clothes we wear in summer and winter season. Now children, we will learn more about each of these modes of heat of transfer in details. The first one is a conduction. Okay, children, what happens when you suddenly touch the handle of a frying pan that is kept on the flame? It feels hot, right? The handle is not over the flame directly, yet it feels very hot. This is because the heat from the flame is transferred from the pan to the handle, then to your hand. Are you getting? So the heat from the flame is transferred from the pan to the handle of the pan and then to your hand. This is the conduction mode of heat transfer. And children, this conduction is only occurs in a solid. So the process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction, and this conduction is occur in a solids. Okay children, try to repeat after me. What is conduction? The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. Very good children. Next, what are conductors? Materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. The substances which allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. For example, aluminium, copper, iron, etc. Almost all the metals, they are conductors. Understood children? What are conductors? Materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. For example, aluminium, iron, copper, silver, etc. Okay. So next one, what are insulators? Materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are poor conductors of heat or insulators. The insulators are also called poor conductors of heat. Okay, so the material which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are called insulators. For example, plastic, wood, rubber, etc. Okay, so this is called insulators. Okay children, understood? It is wood, plastic, then even paper, then rubber. Okay, now we are having one activity. Okay children, so light a candle, keep one hand above the flame and one hand on the side of the flame. Now children, in the above activity, would both your hands feel equally hot? Yes, tell me, would both your hands feel equally hot? No. If not, which hand would feel hotter? Yes, try to answer me. Just imagine. Okay, see, keep your one hand above the flame and another hand on the side of the flame. Now tell me, would both of your hands feel equally hot? No. So then which hand would feel hotter? Yes, the hand above the flame feels hot rather than the hand on the side of the flame. Understood, children? So the hands above the flame, it is feels hot, but the hands on the side does not feel the hot as the top one, right? So what does it means? It is because of the convection. It is because of the convection. So the hot air always rises up. Okay, the hot air always rises up. Understood, children? Okay. Now, what is convection? So, the process by which heat is transmitted through liquids and gases from places of higher temperature to lower temperature is called convection. So, what is convection? The process by which heat is transmitted through liquids and gases. Here this convection is only occur in the liquids and the gases. It is only occur in liquids and gases, not in the solid. Okay, so here what will happen? Here the heat is transmitted from the higher temperature. The heat is transmitted from the higher temperature to the lower temperature. So this is called the convection. For example, heating of water in a pan. The heating of water in a pan is the example of convection. Okay, the next one is a convection current. What is the meaning of convection current? Okay, in convection, heat is carried by the moving gases like air and by moving liquids like water. Okay, a movement of air which carries heat from a warmer place to a warmer place to a cooler place is called convection. A movement of air which carries heat from warmer place. Okay, remember this, children, from the warmer place to a cooler place is called convection current. Understood, children? What is convection current? A movement of air which carries heat from a warmer place to a cooler place is called convection current. Okay. So the next one is heat transfer due to convection is responsible for various phenomena observed on the earth, such as sea breeze and the land breeze. Okay, currents in the ocean are also caused due to convection. So now let us see what is the meaning of sea breeze. In the coastal areas during the day, okay, in the coastal areas during the day, the land heats up. The land will get heats up faster than the sea. Okay, because of the sun rays. The air just above the land also becomes hot and rises. As we know that the hot air always move upwards or rise upwards. So here the air just above the land also becomes hot and rises. The cool air from the sea starts blowing towards the land. Okay, the cool air from the sea starts blowing towards the land to take its place. So this is called a sea breeze. Understood, children? What is sea breeze? During the day, the land heats up faster than the sea because of the sun rays. The air just above the land also becomes hot and rises. The cool air from the sea starts blowing towards the land to take its place. This is called the sea breeze. Understood what is sea breeze? Okay, now let's move to the land breeze. At night, exactly it is reverse. The land breeze takes place at night. Okay. The land breeze takes place at night. So at night exactly it is reverse of the sea breeze. The water cools more slowly than the land. This water cools more slowly than the lands. Okay, so the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. Okay, so the water cools more slowly than the land. So the cool air from the land, moves towards the sea. This is called the land breeze. Okay, the warm air from the sea, it rises up. Okay, here I will show you. The warm air from the sea, it rises up, whereas the cool breeze or cool air from the land, it moves towards the sea. So this is called the land breeze. Understood, children? What is land breeze and what is sea breeze? Here the sea breeze occur in daytime or night time? Yes, tell me first. Yes, it's occur in a daytime, right? And what about the land breeze? The land breeze, it is occur in the night time. Yes, so in the sea breeze, what will happen here? Yes, the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called the land breeze, right? What is land breeze? The cool air from the land move towards the sea. This is called land breeze. Then what is sea breeze? Yes, what is sea breeze? The warm air from the land moves towards the sea. So that is called the sea breeze. Understood what is sea breeze and what is land breeze? Okay, children. Let's move to the one more concept, that is radiation. Now, what is radiation? The process by which heat is transferred from one body to another without the need of a medium. Okay, the process by which heat is transferred from one body to another body without any contact or without a need of a medium is called a radiation. For example, the heat comes directly from the source to the object in the form of waves. The heat from the sun reaches us as radiation. Okay, and one more, all hot bodies, here you can see all the hot bodies radiate heat to their surroundings. All hot bodies radiate heat to their surroundings. Okay, and even our body spreading heat to the surrounding, that is also because of that is nothing but the radiation. Understood, children? What is radiation? The process by which heat is transferred from one body to another without the need of a medium is called radiation. Understood, children? What is radiation? Okay, now let's move to the another concept, that is kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. Which kind of clothes do we prefer in the summer and winter? Children, you know that in summer we prefer a light color clothes, right? Light colored clothes we prefer, and in winter we usually wear a dark colored clothes. Why it is so? Okay, here we'll find the answer for this question. First one, we feel comfortable with the dark colored clothes in the winter because these dark colored clothes absorbs the more heat. So we prefer a dark color clothes in the winter. Next one is light color clothes reflect more of the heat that falls on them. Therefore, we feel more comfortable wearing them in the summer. So we prefer light colored clothes such as white color, yellow color. Okay, why we prefer the light colored clothes? Because it reflects more of the heat. It will not absorb the more heat, so we feel little bit cool. Okay, so that's why we prefer a light color clothes in the summer. Next one is we use woolen clothes in winter because wool is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, so we use woolen clothes in winter because wool is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, and it has air trapped in between the wool fibers. This air prevents the flow of heat from our body to the cold surroundings, so we feel warm. Understood, children? Which type of clothes we prefer in summer and winter season? Okay. Now it's a summary time. Let us summarize what we have learnt. There are three ways in which heat can flow from one body to another body. These are conduction, convection and the radiation. The conduction is occur in the solids. Okay. And the convection is occurs in both liquids and gases. Okay. And whereas the radiation, it do not need any medium. Okay. Next one is, in solids generally the heat is transferred by conduction, as I have told you. In liquids and gases the heat is transferred by convection. No medium is required for transfer of heat by radiation. Understood, children? What is conduction, convection and radiation? You understood what is sea breeze and what is land breeze, and which kind of flows do we prefer in the summer and the winter season? Okay, children. So now it's a quiz time. Let us see how much you have learnt in this class. The first question is, the process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as... Yes, come on, answer me fast, children. Yes, you can do it. Come on. The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as... Yes, conduction. Very good. You answered. Clap for yourself. Next, which of these is an insulator? Which of these is an insulator? Aluminium, wood, iron, copper. Yes, which is an insulator? What are insulators? You tell me. Yes, what are insulators? The substance or the materials that do not allow the passage of heat through them easily are called insulators or poor conductors. Yes. So, which is the example of insulator here? It's a wood. Right? So, wood. Next, third one. Heating of water in a pan is an example of... Yes, heating of water in a pan. I have explained it, right? So tell me, heating of water in a pan is an example of... Yes, it's a convection. Very good. It's a convection. Next, fourth one. Dash is a conductor. Plastic, wood, copper. Which is the conductor here? What is conductors, children? Tell me. The substances or the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. Right? So now tell me, what is the example for conductor? Plastic, wood or copper? Yes, it's a copper. Whereas the plastic and the wood, they both are the insulators. Yes, it's a copper. Okay, children. So hope you understood all the concepts very well.